Hey everyone, it's Zulala, and today we're gonna make pretty pink fennec fox ears. So yeah, let's just jump right to it. Here is what you'll need. Some yarn, a dog brush, some pink fabric for the inside of your ears, a headband, some craft foam, some felt, a hot glue gun, scissors, a thread and needle, some spray glue, that's optional, and a flat iron. You might also want some wire form to make your ears bendable, but I'm not using that. Let's start making the pieces for our ears. First, you'll want to cut 2 ear shapes from your craft foam. These will serve as the base of your ears. Now, place your foam ear on top of your felt. Then, cut out another ear slightly bigger than your foam ear from the felt. Now place your foam ear on top of your fabric. Cut out 2 pieces of fabric that are exactly the same shape as your foam ear. These pieces of fabric will serve as the inside part of your ear. Now that you have all your pieces cut out, you may now shape the base of your ear into its final shape. I'm doing this by simply folding the ear over and hot gluing it, like so. Alright, now let's make the fur for our ears. You'll want to cut out strands of yarn that are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in length. Now, tie the yarn so that there is a knot in the center of the strand. Your yarn should now look like this. Take your bundles of yarn and begin brushing them out using your dog brush. Look at how fluffy your yarn is! Now straighten those bad boys out. And then brush through your fluffs once more. Now your fur will have a very healthy glow to it. So now all the pieces for your ear have been made. Let's get started putting them together. Let's start attaching the fur to the skin. Take your thread and thread it through the needle. Then take the 2 ends and tie them together into a giant knot. Now pass your needle through the knot of the fluff. And pull tight. Now pass the needle through the knot of your fluff once more. Now pass the needle through the loop that your thread has made. And pull tight. To attach your second fluff, go ahead and pass your needle through the knot of the new fluff. Then pass your needle through the felt. And finally, pass the needle through the knot of the old fluff. Begin to pull tight, but before pulling all the way, again, pass the needle through the loop that was made by your thread and continue to pull tight. Once you have reached the end of your thread, go ahead and pass the needle through the felt. Then pass the needle backwards through the loop that was made by the thread. Go ahead and use your scissors to cut the needle free. Now take the 2 ends of the thread and tie them together, like so. And now you have finished one line of your fur. This is what it should look like when you're done. Now we can attach the skin and the fur to the base of our ear. I do this by simply sewing the skin and the fur to the base of the ear. Continue sewing all the way around the base. Once you have secured your fur and skin to the base, go ahead and anchor off your thread. I add extra support to the anchor by adding a drop of hot glue to it. Now go back and free the fur that has been trapped underneath the thread. Let's attach the pink fur fabric to the insides of our ears. Once you get to the end, you'll notice you have some extra fabric. Go ahead and pinch the extra fabric and cut it off. And then glue it into place. Here's what your ears should look like. Use the hot glue gun to glue the fur into place. Continue to do this all the way around the perimeter of the ear. As you can see, the ear we are working on doesn't look anything like the finished product. In order to make the ear look the same as the one on the left, we're going to have to shape it. To do this, take your scissors and razor cut the edges of the fur. Make sure not to blunt cut it, or it will look strange. Continue to do this until you have your desired shape. The ear is looking pretty good, but it's still missing something. Now grab the spray glue. You want to go outside for this. It's not healthy to breathe in the fumes. Lightly spray a coating of glue all over the ear. Once you have done that, go ahead and start molding the ear into the shape that you want. And there we go, the ears are done. Go ahead and grab your headband and your pink fabric. I'm using a flexible headband, but any headband should do. Place hot glue on one side of the headband. Then stick it down onto the fabric. Remember, you want the nice side down towards the carpet. Once again, add glue to one side of the headband. Add glue to the fabric. Roll the fabric over. When you're done, your headband should look something like this. It's a little crude, but you get the point. Let's attach the ears to the headband. I went ahead and sewed on one ear already, and then I marked out where I wanted the other ear to be. Okay, now this is kind of tricky. You'll want to pass the needle through the fabric of your headband, and then through the fabric of your ear, but not all the way through your ear, just through the first layer of fabric. You want to think of your needle as an extension of your finger, and you'll want to feel around with it until you've gotten it through the fabric. It can be a little tough because there's so much fluff in the way, but just take your time and eventually you will get through it. I started out just by sewing willy-nilly. I really just want to get the ears secured to the headband so that it doesn't wiggle all over the place while I'm trying to sew. So don't be too careful with it. It doesn't matter. Nobody can see your stitches anyway. Once you have roughly secured the ear to your headband, go ahead and start sewing it on more securely. Do this by just simply sewing over and over and over again the spots that you've already sewn. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. Nobody is going to see it. Just sew it and sew it and sew it. That way it's very secure. When you have finished sewing your ear, go ahead and anchor off the thread. Alright, the ears are finished. Aw, and they look really cute too. So yeah, you can actually do this tutorial using faux fur fabric, but this is to match my other tutorial, my yarn tail tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed this and found it useful. And if you're interested, here are the other tutorials that I've done, as well as my Instagram. Alright, bye!